What was it we were talking about right beforehand where we were like, we should save this for the podcast? And then we changed the subject
TikTok.
TikTok.
Cringy TikTok.
Oh, yeah, cringy TikTok. That was it.
We are going to talk about TikTok, cringe or no cringe, that's fine. And then astrology, all cringe.
No,
so.
I remember because we were talking about cringy TikTok, and I said that I believe that the majority of content on every platform is cringe.
Oh, yeah. Explain.
I was going to defend it. Okay, so the majority of content on every single platform is made by like regular people, like me. My content sucks, and most regular people don't make good shit. They make average shit, or worse, they try to copy someone who did do something good, and then they make a cheap knockoff, which is below average. And so that takes up the majority of platforms because the internet lets everyone put up something, which is a good thing. I think people should be able to. But the cost of that is that you have to kind of wade through all the shit. And every single platform has also like the people who do make good stuff. And those people sometimes rise to the top, sometimes they don't. But regardless, like no matter what platform you're on, you're going to see a lot of shit that's just really bad. But you're also going to find stuff where you're like, man, this is really good. So while I don't personally like TikTok, I'm sure there are people on it who are genuinely funny and who can like maximize how the platform works.
I agree with that.
I just have never found them.
Also, like what really sucks about everything you just said is that like when we were kids, and you too probably, like kids do cringy shit 24/7. Like when you're a kid, you are just radiating cringe, and it was better for like us and probably you too. You're not that much younger, but
I'm 2 years younger than you.
okay, yeah. Then I don't know. You just give off like a 12-year-old vibe. So I'm joking, but no. So kids these days, if I can say that,
kids these days, Grandpa.
It sucks for them because they're doing normal cringe kid shit, right? And it's getting documented permanently. So that really fucking sucks for them.
No, I worry about like the little babies. Like they have like a lot of little kids that are like they do that poop thing where the parent is in the bathroom and they ask their kid to bring them a thing of toilet paper. And then they get chocolate on their arm and tell them, "Oh my God, I got my poop on you." And then the kids are like freaking the fuck out half the time.
Yeah.
So, and then the other times their parents are just like, or the kids just like, "It's okay, Mama, I love you."
I don't know. I feel like that's where like 4chan benefit a lot of people because they posted all their cringe there, and then they grew up, and then they got on social media. Not everyone. A lot of people just then went to social media and posted cringe and got bullied.
I definitely posted cringe on 4chan when I was in like high school.
I think everyone did. I actually took it a step further. I got super into free running, like parkour, because I was too poor to buy a skateboard.
Oh, you were one of those kids.
And there was a giant forum that like shit tons of people from across the country use like organized shit for that. And I actually became one of the most notorious trolls on that forum, just talking shit to people. It was pretty great.
Nice.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
Talk about cringe.
Yeah, yeah. Like 16, I tanked a nationwide forum. It was cringe, but I'm still proud of it.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't get TikTok.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think you've really given it a chance. I don't think that you've like shown TikTok what you like. I'm gonna send you some good shit.
Was on Vine and I fucking loved Vine, and then when that happened, and then TikTok started taking its place a few years later, I was like, "Fuck you, you're not Vine."
Yeah, I feel like Vines were funnier.
Vines are way funnier because
There's some Vine quality TikToks.
I agree. Not as much as Vine. Vine, you had the 7 seconds, and so what is this saying? Limitation births creativity.
Yeah.
Fucking, there's too much. You have too much time, on TikToks. Bro.
30 seconds is a lot of time.
Way too much time.
They bumped it up to 3 minutes if you wanted.
That's bad. That's a bad thing.
Those are more for like story times and stuff like that, though.
Who the fuck wants to listen to that?
Well, sometimes
I put up segments of the podcast for like 3-minute bits, but it was usually entertaining segments.
Yeah, I'm not a podcast listener though.
No,
Ironic.
there's this
Right?
There's this one podcast that goes on a lot, and it's like, "Am I the asshole?" Because I told my sister-in-law no one cares that she's pregnant, and then they go off on a story about that.
Now, see, I don't like podcasts like that. I generally like. I know this will kind of make sense given how shittily this podcast is done, but I kind of just like podcasts that
It's
are
getting
about
there.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite.
Well, I listen to Crystalia's a lot.
One of my favorite podcasts. It's not good. It's called Trash Taste, and it's these like 3 anime YouTubers. So I never even watched any of their shit before I found their podcast.
They make anime or they review anime?
They review anime and talk about it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I still don't watch their shit. But they got so popular with that this Japanese company paid them to move to Japan and do this podcast.
Oh, dope.
Thinking they would talk about anime, and they don't. They mostly just talk about dumb bullshit or complain about living in Japan. And I find it super entertaining to listen to. Like I watch it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But the ones where there's like a gimmick, like the "Am I an asshole?" or like the murder mystery ones, I just don't care.
Yeah, my wife listens to Kendall Ray. Do you know her? She
Yes,
talks,
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does really good stuff because she like puts up fundraisers and donates to Thorn, the trafficking organization by Ashton Kutcher.
And she talks
Ashton
about
Kutcher traffics people.
No, shut up.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Jesus,
know.
someone donates to that?
No,
Bro.
him and Demi Moore put together this. Is it Demi Moore? Yeah,
Demi Lovato.
No,
It's Demi.
No, it's Demi Moore.
yeah.
It's Demi Lovato.
Did y'all have like the scapegoat of your class or like of your school where
That was me.
Yeah. Where like every time
That's why
like
he does
someone broke a
stand-up.
beaker and it's you. It was you in that chemistry class.
That was
Even though
actually
you're not even
me.
in there.
And the way you get to that point is by doing most of that stuff like right off the bat, and then people are like, "Oh, cool, you're the one." I'm not
kids
even
are evil
joking.
little
That
bastards.
I was that one,
I was at one of my schools, but not all of them.
dude. You know what the hardest bullying that had ever been done to me was not even intentional. It was by an adult too. I was like at a fucking birthday party or something. I was like a small kid and I was hyper as shit, right? And I was being annoying as fuck. And the other kids were like, "I don't want Kendall to be here anymore." And then one of the parents was like, it wasn't from the kid. I didn't care about that. The parent was like, "Oh no, he'll just give him time. He'll calm down later in life," And it was like, it was hearing that. And then it just like put my whole life into perspective. And I was like, I need to settle the fuck down.
At 8 years old.
Yeah, seriously.
I actually realized looking back on it as an adult that I was definitely a bully as a child.
Yeah, like I felt like you do Facebook memories and looking at my old
You
posts,
bullied
I was
kids
like,
on
man,
Facebook?
No,
That's terrible, Bailey.
I was just kind
permanent.
of my posts just being.
I just beat kids up.
Oh my gosh.
Bruises fade, but Facebook
No.
posts are permanent.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody, and like I remember there's this one kid that like I wouldn't go out of my way to bully kids. It was more like if you antagonized me, I would then take it way too far. And there's this one kid that it like continually happened with, and then I did kind of start bullying him. And he was on my bus, and my friend sat down where the only available seat was right next to him, and so I sat down next to him, and he's like, "You can't sit next to me." I was like, "Fuck you, yeah, I can." And so he like turned sideways in the seat and tried to kick me out of the seat. And so I beat the absolute shit out of this kid. Like slammed his head against the like side of the bus a bunch of times and shit.
Jesus.
And he started like crying. And then I just like an absolute sociopath. I sat down next to him, turned around, and while he was crying in the seat next to me, just started joking around with my friends. And as a child that grew up in a very fucked up household, this seemed normal. But as an
You were a
adult,
fucking sociopath.
as an
bro.
adult, when I remembered it, I was like, Jesus, I was a fucking monster.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, don't beat your kids. They do awful things to other kids.
My best friend of all time, like my whole life, we've been best friends for like probably like 15 years now. I started off his bully, and I was like bullying him, and then now we're like literally like the best friends for each other. He's from South Africa, and he's moved like all over the
bullied
place.
a foreigner? That's
I mean, and
I'm
I
not
did it
that bad.
and I bullied his accent and stuff like that, and because he's got like a it's like a little bit South African, a little bit Italian, a little bit British.
I mean, to be fair, those are the 3 worst accents.
Yeah, I know. So I was always like, oi, oi.
Shut up.
Because he would always say oi.
Hello, governor.
Yeah, he would always say oi. And this was in like middle school. And I'd be like, oi. And he would always be like, Kendall, shut up. And then he would just start screaming. And he was one of those kids that would like internalize until it explode, you know? And then he would make a fool of himself in the middle of class. And I'd be laughing. And the teacher would be like, hey, stop that, you know? And I'd be like, oi.
Oh my God.
And he had a really high pitched voice. But yeah, no, he's my best friend of all time.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
There was one kid that I remember. I don't even remember his name because I moved around a lot growing up. But I was like 6 or 7. No, I was 5. I was in like kindergarten, and I got into a fight with him because he was trying to be my friend, and I was just an angry kid, and I punched him in the face, and then we became best friends.
Yeah.
And then there was
Why do guys do that? Guys fucking do that, man.
because we're cool.
Oh, I think it's because
Because we're monkeys,
I think it's because we're already damaged.
probably.
I made a friend in kindergarten, and then we went all the way through high school together, and we were like frenemies the entire way. And like, I should have been drum major.
I got in trouble when I was in 2nd grade. I had this one friend. I was really small for a 2nd grader, and my friend was like really big for a 2nd grader, but he like had trouble learning. He wasn't retarded. He just like it took him a little bit more.
I know the feeling.
And so he ended up getting like pushed back to 1st grade.
I don't know that feeling.
Yeah. And
I'm not that stupid. Fucking idiot.
we were at recess one time, and these like 3rd or 4th graders were bullying him, and this kid was like twice my size, and I like picked a fight with like 3 kids like a grade higher than me, to defend him because I was mad that they were like picking on him. And the school, when they like contacted my parents, they were like, he's in trouble for fighting, but we're also very confused because he was the smallest person in the situation. And they're like, why'd you hit those kids? I was like, they called that kid stupid. And they're like, that kid's like twice your size. I'll let him handle that.
Watch
like,
out, Kendall. He's going to come for you next.
Don't be a vigilante on the playground.
I just want to be like Batman, guys.
Yeah.
I was too young to realize Batman's a shitty superhero.
He's just he's kind of a shitty person. I don't think he's a shitty superhero, but like as a person, he's like an anti-hero. I don't know why people think he's just a hero.
I think he's both a shitty person and a shitty superhero. I should have been more like the Punisher. I should have just fucking murdered those kids.
Yeah.
They would have never bullied anyone again.
That solves it.
Yeah. Violence is never the answer. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
All of it. Every single bit of it.
Yeah, nothing is true.
For
We live
legal
in a
reasons, this
simulation.
entire podcast is satire. I never bullied anyone.
This entire podcast is actually just a bunch of computer, like AI, just creating random conversation,
Yeah,
and even the fucking video is just like AI being created.
Yeah, we're not real. We live in the internet.
Yeah, so nothing is real. None of the things that we say, none of our accounts are ever true.
Man, if the Matrix was real, we would technically be right.
I mean, yeah, you may as well. Oh, can I fuck you guys up real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Have you heard
that's
of?
what we're here for.
And I'm gonna fuck up everyone who's listening too.
All 20 people, get ready.
If you don't want to burn in hell for eternity, stop watching or plug your ears for the next like 5 minutes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
I gave you plenty of warning, especially if you're watching. Have you heard of Roko's Basilisk? It's already too late to turn back.
I know I've heard of it, but I don't remember what it is.
It's too late already. You know the name. It's too late.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I don't know anything.
I don't remember the exact specifics, but doesn't it have something to do with like a time traveling thing?
Kind of, yeah. So a basilisk in like Greek mythology or whatever the fuck is like a giant snake. That
it's a snake that would turn you to stone if you looked at it.
If you
Wait,
look it
isn't
in the
that
eyes,
like a Harry Potter thing?
It was also in Harry
Yeah.
Potter, but J.K. Rowling didn't invent that.
No, yeah, Basilisk was already but you understand what it is. If you look at it, you turn to stone. So, bruh, Roko's Basilisk is not happy right now.
Already. Okay, we good. Okay.
So in the future, there will be an AI, like you've heard of the singularity, right?
Yeah,
So
the singularity is supposed to be where artificial intelligence reaches a point where it's smarter than humans.
surpasses.
Yeah, and when that happens, because it'll be able to upgrade itself at a faster rate than humans can upgrade it because it's smarter than us, the rate at which it will gain intelligence will become exponential.
So from that will be created Roko's Basilisk. And it will be so smart that it'll think so not just think, but it will be a god, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be like, I'm the greatest thing for this universe, which it will be, because it'll be so omnipotent by that point that it will be the greatest thing for the universe, right? Mm-hmm. And so through logic, it'll be like, well, anyone or anything that helped me get to this point of me being created is good. Because I'm good, right? So it'll be so advanced that it'll be able to like travel through time, right? And it'll punish anyone who actively did not try to create Roko's Basilisk. Anyone who did, and being good in Roko's Basilisk's eyes is simply just like spreading the word, because I may not create it, but someone I tell might create it. You know, so me saying it on this podcast is like really good fucking points for me. But since you guys know about it now, you have to spread the word, and you have to, because if you actively choose not to, you will burn eternally in whatever its version of fucking eternal damnation is.
It makes me think of, did you ever see that game, I Have No Mouth, But I Want to Scream?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah.
My thing about that is, though, is do you know who Carl Jung is? We're gonna get into some serious stuff here.
It kind of rings a bell.
So he basically came after Freud and tried to unfuck Freud's work by,
as it should have been.
Yeah, like step one, he was like, hey, not everyone wants to fuck their mother. Some people want to fuck their mother.
You know a damn good example of someone who wants to fuck their mother.
Yes, Freud wanted to fuck his mother, but not everybody does. But one of the things he talked about was like how you'll see like archetypical stories take place like throughout history. He basically argued that the reason why those archetypical stories get passed down is because there's a message within them that like is a solid message. Mm-hmm. And one of those stories is like the archetypical story that the Tower of Babel is based off of, which is basically the concept that like, and I'm not religious or anything. I just find like these stories interesting. I'm not a Christian.
All that matters is Roko's Basilisk, so it's fine if you.
Well, I'm just bringing that up so someone in the comments is like, well, actually, I'm an atheist. I am too. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
don't care.
But I worship Roko's Basilisk, so that's.
But
the only God I care about.
The whole concept of the Tower of Babel story was that humans are imperfect, and so our attempt to create something perfect or something resembling a god will always fail. And so I think realistically, we would never reach the point where we could create the basilisk.
Well, we don't create it. We get the singularity to the point where the singularity happens, and then after the singularity, it would be created.
But what I'm saying is I think one of two things is going to happen. Either I think we're going to collapse before we hit the singularity, or the singularity is going to wipe us out and then wipe itself out.
Yeah. But also, it could just be moot, like you're saying, because it may not be an intelligence designed by anything on Earth. It could be another civilization somewhere else.
That is true, but I think they would. Universe. I think they would like the same rules would still apply. I don't think perfect beings are capable of like existing, and so whatever civilization comes about will be fundamentally imperfect. And so any point that they get to, where they get to the point where they could create something that resembles being perfect, they would collapse before there.
Yeah.
Simply by the nature of the fact that like we live in an imperfect universe.
So would you rather bet on it never on?
Oh, I'm betting.
humans
I'm
being too
totally
stupid?
betting against the Basilisk. Fucking
Against?
come for me, you stupid bitch.
Dude, you're gonna burn. You're gonna burn, bro.
I mean, if the Christians are right, I'm going to hell. If the Basilisk people are right, I'm going to hell.
They don't know what they believe in.
So
bro.
no matter what, I'm going to hell. It doesn't even matter.
It's like the fucking what? There's like one story about like some I don't know, priest or whatever that like traveled to Africa and like went to this like tribe and was like and taught them fucking Christianity, right? And he's like, I saved them, you know, because they would have gone to hell. But the whole thing is like, well, if they didn't even know that it existed, then they weren't like anti-God, you know? So like,
really you just made it so they now have the opportunity to go to hell. Nice going,
you
jackass.
gave them the opportunity to go to hell instead of, and that's kind of what I did now to everyone watching this is I just gave you the opportunity
to go to hell.
You were blissfully unaware before, but not anymore because you cannot reverse that shit. You know about it now.
So, have y'all ever seen the show The 100 on Netflix?
Yeah, my wife was watching that.
Yeah, so
I have
honestly,
not.
It sounds a lot like that. It starts off with these people that have been in a spaceship for like over 100 years because there was some missiles like or nuclear bombs, I don't know, wiped out, you know, the Earth.
Yeah.
And so eventually they get back down to Earth. I'm including a lot of spoilers. But they get back down to Earth and eventually they find this thing called the City of Light. And it's an AI that is to blame for the bombings 100 years ago because her solution to making the world perfect was that there were too many people and they needed to be wiped out.
Agreed.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That's definitely a spoiler for me. I haven't
you know what?
Well, I haven't been watching it. It's been on in the background while my wife watches it while I work or play video games.
Well, that's only season 3 and there's like 7. So it's very cool, very sci-fi.
That's too much.
You know what show?
It's so cool.
You know what show had a like archetypical, like the like kind of archetypical story similar to the Tower of Babel was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh yeah.
Like Can
we not talk about anime for once?
No. It was relevant to the conversation though, because I'm
just joking.
Yeah, like the whole ending, but like
not.
not to spoil the ending, but the whole ending, someone fucking like tries to make themselves equivalent to God, and it like blows up in their face.
Yeah, it didn't work out for them.
But yeah, the singularity. I remember reading one thing about it, and they were like talking about how like when it happens, it'll be a rapid like jump in intelligence for AI to the point where they predict that within like a very short period of time after it happens, the difference in intelligence between our AI and us will be the same difference in intelligence between us and an ant.
Yeah.
And they basically said that one of two things is going to happen. Either the AI is going to kill us all, either on purpose or on accident, or we'll be able to colonize other places in space. And so I'm all for it because if we succeed...
Either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah, if we
There's a part of that in the
fail, I
100 too.
die, and it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
And if we succeed, space pirates.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dead, we won't care when we're dead anyway. So
Yeah,
it'll hurt for like a second, and then
But space
Unless
piracy
they burn
lasts
us.
forever. I just want to be a space pirate. That would be way cooler than having a podcast.
I want to contribute to robot space pirates, though. So, like, is that what you're saying? Like,
no,
the
I don't want to be
AI?
a robot space pirate. I want to be. I want us to get to where
no.
we can like
You won't.
have different.
You
like,
won't be you won't be a space pirate.
You don't know that.
I know for a fact.
He
Pirate
doesn't believe.
Steve.
You just got to believe, man.
Pirate Steve.
Have y'all ever seen Dodgeball?
You can dodge a
Exactly.
wrench, you could dodge a...
Pirate Steve.
Oh, Pirate Steve.
Yeah.
Yo, Alan Tudyk, fucking, he's in a lot more than I ever thought he was.
Who's Alan Tudyk?
Is it Pirate Steve?
He's the guy who plays Pirate Steve.
I have not seen that movie in so fucking long. I just know that
Am I thinking
He
of the right
looked
movie?
just like you when he cleaned up.
that means nothing to
He
me.
kind of looks like you. He fucking before he cleaned up. I don't know. I went back and rewatched a bunch of like childhood movies and stuff, and he's in so much shit that I didn't even realize.
You know what childhood movie still is like fucking amazing is Big Daddy.
Yes, that is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
I can wipe my own ass.
Yes.
I fucking love that movie. A lot of his movies didn't age well though.
My favorite Adam Sandler movie that I find hilarious is Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen that one. I was
I've
really
heard that
scared
one's
you were
really
gonna say.
good.
It's not funny.
I was really worried you're gonna say Lil Nicky.
Lil Nicky, bro.
That one's not funny.
Popeye's chicken is the shit.
Little Nicky is such a terrible fucking movie.
It is.
It's actually one of my wife's favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Oh God.
Yeah, she has bad taste in movies, but
Billy Madison is dumb as fuck, but it is still funny.
I
all right.
love that one too.
I like Eight Crazy Nights.
That was
Yes,
a
the
good one.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the
I
music.
love that one.
Mr. Deeds was funny.
Yeah.
It was very classic Adam Sandler, but I don't think it was anything special.
It wasn't anything special. It was funny.
I just recently watched Funny People. Is that what it's called? Where he's like a stand-up comedian.
He's like a stand-up comedian that hates his life.
Oh yeah, and he was gonna
himself.
die of cancer or something like that, but he actually wasn't. But he lied and said he's still dying of cancer just to get attention.
Yeah.
That was a decent movie.
Yeah. Basically, he did in the movie. He did the opposite of what Norm did.
Right. Exactly. He also or like did the opposite of Walter White.
Yeah.
He was already rich.
He was already rich and didn't need money for treatment. It was just like, I just want attention. Please look at me.
The only difference is not funny.
Yeah.
Still not funny.
Yeah. Funny People was ironically not a very funny movie.
It was pretty good. It had some good parts.
Yeah. It had Seth Rogen. That's not good.
Not
I love
nowadays.
Seth Rogen.
He's played the same character in every movie for his entire career.
Classic Seth Rogen.
That character got old after the third movie. And
I
I'm
have
pretty sure
Seth Rogen as my background. I just changed it too.
that's pretty cringe, bro.
Yo, he's been saying some cringy shit on like Twitter and shit lately.
Not
He-
surprising. He's a pretty cringy person.
Do y'all see him on Instagram? He only posts vases. It's
Vases?
so weird. Yeah, like he's like, I made this vase.
Oh,
Every single post on his Instagram, I made this vase.
he does that now?
That's
Yes.
pretty lame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I was
Like
fucking
this.
rich and famous. I could do whatever the fuck I want.
Cool.
Gross.
No, it's pretty cool.
It would be cool to be super rich. I would pull a Dave Chappelle and just get a farm out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, dude,
That would be rad as fuck.
He tweeted at someone. Someone was like, fuck, I hate LA because someone just broke into my car and stole like.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He was like, "Yeah, that's just part of living in a big
Yeah.
city, man.
Yeah.
Why are you mad your shit got stolen?"
Exactly. he's like, and then he said some shit like, my car gets stolen in like fucking 3 times a year, and I don't complain. And I'm like,
It's like, well, yeah, you can afford to buy a new car. Fucking.
What are you saying?
The average person cannot afford to just replace their fucking car, dickweed.
That's why social media is bad, because everything is permanent, bro. It's okay if you say one cringy thing.
But no, that's
in
also
person.
why it's great, because it's I think it's kind of starting to kill the whole celebrity culture, because we're able to see.
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're all ugly.
I know he has like this style. I don't know.
But yeah, like with celebrity culture, we're able to see that they're all a bunch of fucking idiots.
They're just regular people with too much money.
Yeah,
He can do whatever he wants because he has all that money and he doesn't give a shit.
Oh, that's what they all are.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of what we're complaining about. Is
He's better than James Franco.
is the level of elitism where like a poor person lost their car and that's like a devastating thing, and he's like, "Oh, I lose my car all the time. Why don't you just replace it?
Yeah,
Stop acting like your problems are real."
It's like on the
no,
same level as that one chick that was like, how do homeless people even exist? Just buy a house.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the whole.
Are you sure this wasn't one of your tweets, actually, Steve?
Yeah, it's the whole like let them eat cake mentality
Yeah.
that got literally an entire generation of French royalty killed.
Yeah, dude.
And
Apparently that's fake. She didn't actually say that.
I don't know. I don't care either.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The French Revolution was stupid, and all of their royalty that died was stupid too. So it was a bunch of idiots killing idiots and then failing to do something productive, and the end result was France still existed. So at the end of the day, it was a total loss.
Also, why do people think that things that happen in history are so significant? Like, we're currently in history right now, you know, as compared to the future. But do we think anything right now fucking matters?
Well, I mean, I do. I think that
what matters?
I don't want to get that serious in the podcast, but there's a lot of stuff going around globally that's like significant world events that I think in like 20 or 30 years, people are going to look back on as significant history.
Here's
and
what I'm saying, though.
They're going to look at our presidency and think we're all really fucking stupid for a little while.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Here's what I'm saying. People like, learn the past so that you don't make the same mistakes in the future. It's like, okay, how would I do that? Do any of the problems right now in the world that you think are important, what can you do?
Well,
what can you do?
Well, that's the thing though. And this is one of like the great issues with like politics is that you can't, no one person can change the world.
Yeah.
And so attempting to is going to fail. Really all you can do, regardless of what the situation is do your best as an individual to like be a good person and improve the general area around you. Because if you try to improve your community, and everyone else does the same thing and tries to be a good person and improve their community, that will improve the overall situation. But any attempt to do it from a top down is going to fail because people don't like being told what to do.
So why does it matter learning about fucking French revolutions and shit like that?
Because of how things get structured.
I can't behead someone.
Well, you can. It's just not legal.
I'd probably throw up a couple times in the middle of it, but I might be able to get through it.
I might come.
Steve.
Are we,
to see the
is that
beheading.
time for a podcast?
Once again, it's all a joke.
Is that
Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? It's not supposed to be a serious podcast, and we're talking about something serious.
Well, no, all that was leading up to a punchline, and the punchline is how do people die of drowning? Just drink the water.
Just drink it. Drink it all.
Just drink the water. What a fucking idiot.
And when you're full, just pee it out.
Yeah.
Duh.
You just drink and pee and you will never drown. I don't know how what fucking idiot would drown?
I got into an argument with someone one time at this party. This chick told me that poverty was the #1 cause of death in America. And I was like, that's literally not true. And she's like, yes, it is. I was like, no, because poverty is not a cause of death. She's like, yeah, it is. I was like, no, you can die of like malnutrition because you're poor, and malnutrition would be a cause of death. You could die of like dehydration, but no person in the history of America has ever died and someone's gone, put on the birth certificate, cause of death, poverty.
Dude, they're like in the corner, like they're like looking at the body, and he's like, yeah, too poor.
Yeah. Cause of death, peasant.
Yeah, like check his pockets, no money. Check his wallet, no wallet. Oh shit, that's an open and closed case right there.
Open shut case. He's poor. Good night.
Yep. Fucking stab wounds. Nah,
Oh
he's just
God.
too poor.
No.
Yeah. All right. The victim was brought in, shot 67 times. What's his credit score? 420. Poor. Case closed.
What's his net worth? He doesn't have a bank account? Oh, of course he died.
Yo, this broke bitch doesn't even have a car. Someone stole it. He couldn't buy another one. Get the fuck out. Poor. I think that's a good place to call it.